U.S. foreclosure activity hit a new high not seen since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, as foreclosures continue to rebound following the lapse of federal moratoriums, according to data from Adam. So, post-pandemic high being hit in Q1. We are just getting started. And these interest rates, if they raise these interest rates up, that is a knife in the back of the Main Street folks that have invested in the stock market, that are sitting on most of their assets, most of their wealth is in their house. Most of these people's businesses have been propped up by cheap debt, have been propped up by borrowing money, borrowing equity out of their house to keep their business afloat, to go pay their employees. This situation's ugly out here, the real situation. And what people have had to do, what Main Street has had to do over the last 2 years to stay afloat, they've had to mortgage the house for a second time, right? And now you have all these people that got into adjustable rate mortgages, and the Fed was telling us that the interest rates were going to be low forever. Bank of Canada suckered all the Canadians in recently as well. This is happening not just in America, but in other areas as well. They suckered all these people into adjustable rate mortgages, telling them that we were going to have cheap, easy money, 0% interest rates forever. And now they're just jacking it up, and people are going to be squeezed. Foreclosures hit all-time highs since the pandemic started. Well, look at what was happening up until the pandemic, right? The economy had started to rebound. We had started to build a little bit of something under the last presidency. And then that was all taken away by the events of March 2020. And now this situation has only just gotten worse. And there is no really light at the end of the tunnel quite yet. And I'm not trying to be all gloom and doom. This is just look at the numbers. We raised interest rates once, and the whole world's falling apart. Literally, right? So this is going to get worse before it gets better. And I've been showing you guys more of these real estate numbers because I'm looking to make moves in the real estate market. I'm going to be a first-time home buyer sometime over the next year. And I'm not going to absolutely try to time the bottom, but I got a serious strategy for real estate right now. And I'm going to look to execute right now. This is the opportunity I've been waiting for. This market's been jacked up, and I'm not looking so much for prices to go down in a drastic way, but for it to at least cool off a little bit. And that's going to be an opportunity for us. So we're getting really serious about real estate and watching this thing closely. And I'm giving you guys the data because I want you guys to understand how you're positioned, whether you're sitting on whether you have property, whether you have real estate investments, whatever you got going on, or if you're like me and you're just trying to get into this market for the very first time. They have absolutely really, really squeezed Main Street, and they've made it dang near impossible for my generation to get in on real estate. Now, half my generation is sitting on their ass and they don't deserve any of it. So that's their issue. But I'm talking about the people that are hardworking, that are, just trying to support their family, having to work 2-3 jobs, dual income, and they're still not going to be able to afford a house. And so we're covering these numbers because I want you guys to understand real estate as well. We cover all our bases here on this channel. We really hit cryptocurrency hard over the last year, but you guys have seen me kind of change my tune and start to add other asset classes in as well. Now we're speaking more on business. Now we're speaking more on real estate, because you got to get in the game right now, guys. You got to get your cash up, because when you go to the grocery store, when you fill up at the pump, when you go to renew your lease, when you go to buy another house, look at the price increases. Look at lumber. Look at the real commodities. Look at the real value. Don't listen to the BS CPI data that tells us, the government telling us that inflation's at 8.5%. I don't know one thing that I buy that hasn't gone up more than 10% over the last year. I can't name one thing that's gone down in price, that has stayed even, or that has gone up less than 10%. I can't name one. Right? So these are BS phony numbers, and I want you guys to get in the game right now with your side hustles, with your business. There's more opportunity than ever. There's so much opportunity right now in business. And then in the real estate game, I want you guys to understand whether you just have one home, your primary residence, whether you're looking to get in, whether you got a big real estate portfolio, you probably already understand this. But we got to tie this whole thing together so that we can take the most advantage of this transfer of wealth. That's the end goal.